So today is the day after Liberation Day. I don't know where we're liberating from, but the market was up on the news, then was down about 4%. So we are trading. Oh, this thing's not working right now. Hold on. Okay, so we actually came down right to the area that I had marked here. We cleaned up a little bit of those single prints, but bounced almost to the tick to that on that low volume node, the low volume area. And we consolidated here during the overnight session. Right now, inventory is obviously 100% short. The close was way above here, and then we had the spike after the market closed. So now what there's to look for is, okay, do we close the gap? There's a tiny gap there, but there's a gap to settle that's way bigger. And do we come back and attempt to visit the scene of the crime, which often the market likes to do, but the scene of the crime in this case is way up here. So I would say that today we're gonna have a little bit of a battle to see, if we're gonna continue lower or if they're gonna buy the dip. There's a lot of stuff for the market to digest. We also have PMI at 9:45. We have a bunch of news today, a bunch of releases. PMI, we have a week auction, we have Fed speaking, Trump speaking later tonight. So I'm sure that there's also going to be some more announcements. So, I would just let the dust settle. But if you're looking at this from a purely market structure, we're at the low end of the distribution. So longer term traders, without looking at the specifics of the tariffs and stuff, this is a buy area, buy zone. So, and we're seeing right from the open, we're seeing some buying. Usually, whoever had puts and they want to monetize those puts, right? If they bought puts yesterday and they are waiting to monetize them, they have to buy them back, and that causes an up move on the market. So sorry, a bunch of alerts going. But anyway, if we move up, there's the gap fill, right, which is at the top, right above the overnight session high. Then there's this spike to look for, right? The spike is, oh, sorry, I'm not showing the screen. There's this spike, and the top of that spike is at 56.10. So if we start trading inside this spike, then I would look for at least half of that spike is here. There's a little bit of a low volume node here, 55.95 right there. So this would be the first spot that I would look for some sellers to defend this this breakout. And then above that, then there's this same area that has been key for the past few days that I've been referring to, 56.10 to 56.20. If we get back above that, then we're gonna squeeze whoever's got short yesterday, and then we're probably gonna go back to that 56.75 or 72 20-day point of control. On the downside, we had some, I have to turn on this longer time profile to see targets. So I have a target at 54.60, which is this high volume node, and then I have another one. If we get below that, then we should see some support here at 54.25. Below that, the next target would be 53.95, and then support at 53.75. Okay, so that's for ES. And Q, similar scenario. It hit that target right at 880. So the next spot below is at 685 with some support right here, but we already bounced here. So if we break it now, then the target is 685, and then above us, same thing. Like we just got to maybe about not even half of the spike during the overnight session. But if we get above it, then this right here, this area right here will be resistance, and that is between 19,280 and 19,320. That will be the area to look for resistance. Now we're seeing some sellers, but I would just let the dust settle, wait for the PMI reports at 9:45 and at 10 a.m. and then look for how the market is trading. Are we one-time framing, or are we in balance, rotational? And then we can look for structures to lean on to take trades. Crude tanked, so it's funny because it hit that target that I said, and then it tanked. It took the whole range all the way down. So now we're also at the low end of the range, where it's a buy zone, right? And gold also ripped higher past our target, hit 3,200, filled the gap, hit that 20-day point of control, and then now it's bouncing and it's trading back at the low volume node. So low volume node, if it's not able to get back above it, then this is the area to watch for rotations. And since it didn't hit exactly the 20-day point of control, maybe we'll get another attempt, and then a move back down to that lower side of that range. And if we get above it, then the return should be back to 31.55. I think that's about it for today. Nothing else. Other than to wait for this whole tariff thing to be digested by the market. All right, good luck. And trade small, please. Trade very small and wait for the setups. There's going to be plenty of opportunity today.